The coronavirus has been devastating for the US. Over 311,000 people were infected by the virus as on Saturday, the 4th of April, and a little over 8,500 people have died from it. New York alone has more than 113,000 cases, and over 3,500 people have died in the state. California, Louisiana, and other states are reporting a lot of new cases. With these numbers, it is no surprise that the US has become the latest hotspot for the coronavirus. Hi, I am Nivedita Varadarajan and welcome to the race to the White House. After passing the CARES Act, Trump's administration became more serious about tackling the virus and the economic devastation left in its wake. A report in the Fortune magazine that quotes data published by the US Bureau of Labor Statistics on Friday said that a total of 7.1 million Americans were unemployed in the month of March. This is up 1.4 million from the last month. Unemployment levels rose to 4.4% in March, up from a 50-year low of 3.5% in February. S&P noted that the longest economic expansion in US's history has ended rather abruptly. In its revised GDP forecast for 2020, it said that the US economy would see a contraction of 1.3%, including a 12% decline in the second quarter from the first. It also sees that the unemployment rates will peak above 13% in May before coming down in the second quarter. It also added that the federal government's $2 trillion fiscal package would cushion the blow by injecting money into households, extending unemployment benefits to 13 weeks, funding hospitals and local governments, and providing guarantees and subsidized business loans. But all this will come only after the threat of coronavirus subsides. Trump warned that the nation is in for some rough time in the coming weeks before things get better. Trump said that the US is doing everything it can to protect its people. Let's have a listen.
Together we have the power to save countless lives. We're attacking the virus on every front with social distancing, economic support for our workers, rapid medical intervention, and very serious innovation, and banning dangerous foreign travel that threatens the health of our people. And we did that early, far earlier than anyone would have thought, and way ahead of anybody else.
As the number of people filing for unemployment increased in the past few weeks, Trump said that all uninsured people will get free coronavirus treatment using the cash from the relief package.
Today I can so proudly announce that hospitals and healthcare providers treating uninsured coronavirus patients will be reimbursed by the federal government using funds from the economic relief package Congress passed last month.
Democratic presidential frontrunner and former Vice President Joe Biden finally started to question Trump's actions. In a series of tweets on Saturday, he asked, "The CARES Act provides money to help working people. How do we make sure that it gets to them as quickly as possible? There's a lot of money for major corporations. How do we make sure that there is rigorous oversight to ensure it is used to help the workers and not enrich top of it?" These are the kinds of questions Trump will be responsible for. Being president is about taking responsibility. The blame game won't cut it. Too many lives are at stake, he said. The other Democratic presidential hopeful, Senator Bernie Sanders, said that healthcare is a basic human right.
So I want everybody to know that I am working with other members of Congress on what amounts to an unprecedented piece of legislation to deal with this unprecedented crisis. And what that means, in my view, and what will be in this legislation, is that we guarantee the paychecks of every American worker who has lost his or her job. And when this crisis is over, and it will be over, people can then go back to work. Second of all, what we have got to do is to make sure that all of our people during this crisis, and everybody knows I'm a strong proponent for Medicare for all, but you ain't going to get Medicare for all in an emergency piece of legislation. But what we can and should get into it is the guarantee is that everybody in America will have all the health care they need during the crisis without any out-of-pocket expense.
Finally, how are everyday Americans viewing this crisis? Let us take a look at a poll conducted by ABC ISPOS, which released its results on Friday. According to the poll, just over 9 in 10 Americans say that the outbreak has disrupted their daily routine. 89% of those polled said that they are concerned that they or someone that they know will be infected by the virus. The report noted that 97% of the Democrats were concerned about getting the coronavirus, while 92% of the independents polled had the similar concern. Among the Republicans, however, 80% of those polled were concerned. Trump's approval rating for his handling of the coronavirus pandemic fell after receiving a slight bump in the previous poll. 47% approved of Trump's actions, while 52% did not. In March 2020, when the same question was asked, 55% of those polled approved. Against all logic, the state of Wisconsin is likely to hold its primaries on April 7th. The elections will be held even though there is a severe shortage of poll workers. Trump is expected to win the Republican primary in Wisconsin, thus giving a fallop to his re-election prospects. On the other side, polls show that Biden has a big lead over Sanders in the state. Last time in 2016, Sanders defeated Hillary Clinton by 14 percentage points.